Hi everyone, and welcome back to English Step by Step. In today's lesson, we're going deeper than the surface into the hidden meanings behind words. We'll be exploring 4 powerful tools that writers use: implicit meaning, connotation, association, effect. These are essential if you are preparing for the IGCSE English First Language exam, especially for the writer's effect question. Let's break each one down with examples and real exam-style tips. Let's start with implicit meaning. Implicit means something that's not said directly, but it's suggested or hinted at. Writers don't always tell us everything. Instead, they expect us to read between the lines. Example: if a writer says, "She stared at the floor and didn't say a word," they're not saying she was nervous, but we can infer that she probably was. That's implicit meaning. We figure it out from the situation or the character's behavior. Tip: in the exam, always ask, what is the writer suggesting, without saying it directly. Next, let's talk about connotation. A connotation is the feeling or idea a word carries, beyond its dictionary definition. Words can be positive, negative, or neutral, and the writer chooses each one carefully. Example: let's compare these 3 words. House, neutral. Home, positive, warmth, family, safety. Shack, negative, poverty, poor condition. They all mean a place to live, but each one creates a different feeling in the reader. That's the power of connotation. Tip: in the writer's effect question, look at the words the writer has chosen. Ask yourself, is the word positive, negative, harsh, soft, dramatic, peaceful? Now let's move on to association. This is closely linked to connotation, but it's more about what a word reminds us of. Example: if the writer uses the word snake, it might make you think of danger, betrayal, something sly or sneaky. That's association. The word snake itself doesn't mean betrayal, but many cultures associate snakes with deception or evil. Another example: rose might be associated with love, beauty, softness. Writers rely on shared associations to create a certain mood without having to explain it. Tip: think, what does this word make me imagine or feel? What is it commonly linked to in stories, culture, or nature? Now let's put it all together. Effect. The effect is the emotional or mental response the writer creates in the reader. So if a writer describes a forest as the trees loomed over her, their twisted branches clawing at the sky. Let's break it down. Loomed, threatening, connotation of danger. Twisted branches, creepy, unnatural, clawing, animalistic, violent association. Effect: the reader feels uneasy, tense, even afraid. That's exactly what the writer wanted. Tip: when asked about effect, ask yourself, how do I feel reading this? What mood has been created? What images or emotions come to mind? Now, let's look at 5 different words and break down their implicit meaning, connotation, association, and effect. 1. Snake. Implicit meaning: the person is sneaky or dangerous without saying so directly. Connotation: negative. Snakes are often feared. Association: deceit, betrayal, danger. Effect: makes the reader suspicious or fearful of the character. 2. Rose. Implicit meaning: suggests beauty and perhaps hidden pain, like thorns. Connotation: romantic, elegant. Association: love, beauty, Valentine's Day, nature. Effect: creates a soft, romantic, or emotional tone. 3. Chains. Implicit meaning: implies someone is trapped or lacks freedom. Connotation: oppressive, heavy. Association: slavery, prison, restriction. Effect: makes the reader feel sympathy or tension. 4. Castle. Implicit meaning: suggests wealth, power, or isolation. Connotation: grand, majestic, cold. Association: royalty, fairy tales, loneliness. Effect: creates an image of wealth or distance. 5. Blood. Implicit meaning: suggests danger, injury, or life itself. Connotation: intense, violent, powerful. Association: death, war, pain, sacrifice. Effect: creates shock, urgency, or seriousness. Sentence starters you can use. For implicit meaning, This word suggests that. Although not directly stated, the writer implies that. The writer hints at. For connotation, the word carries a positive-negative connotation. This phrase gives the impression that the connotation creates a mood of. For association, this makes the reader think of. It brings to mind ideas of. The association here is with. For effect, this makes the reader feel. This creates a sense of. It helps the reader understand that. So there you go. Implicit meaning, connotation, association, and effect. These tools help writers show emotion, create atmosphere, and shape how we respond to a text. And now you know how to spot them and explain them in your answers. Let's do a quick practice. What's the implicit meaning, connotation, association, and effect in this sentence? He marched into the room, boots thudding on the floor. Think about it. Implicit meaning, he's angry or powerful, not directly said but suggested. Connotation, marched suggests force, maybe aggression. Association, boots thudding, reminds us of soldiers or authority. Effect, it creates tension. The reader feels something serious or confrontational is about to happen. Let's practice analyzing a phrase exactly like you would in the writer's effect question in your IGCSE exam. Here's a short descriptive paragraph. The door creaked open and a cold wind slithered into the room. Shadows danced on the cracked walls as the fire gave its final hiss. Now let's zoom in and analyze one phrase. Phrase, a cold wind slithered into the room. In the phrase, a cold wind slithered into the room, the word slithered suggests something snake-like, slow, and untrustworthy. It has strong negative connotations. Snakes are often linked to fear, danger, and stealth. By describing the wind as something that slithers, the writer creates a sense of unease, making it feel like the room is being invaded by something alive and sinister. The effect on the reader is that the atmosphere becomes tense and uncomfortable. This is exactly the kind of close analysis that the IGCSE expects in the writer's effect question. Final tips. Here's how to master connotation, association, and effect. Look at the exact words the writer uses. Think about their emotional and cultural meaning. Picture what they make you feel or imagine. Explain the impact on the reader clearly. If you found this lesson helpful, give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe for more step-by-step English lessons. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.